2014 was a year full of both highs and lows, and as it turns out, a lot of people turned to Google to learn more about these events that occurred that year. So let's reminisce a little bit about the events that occurred in 2014 with this top 10 list of the most searched things on Google 2014. Starting off this list in at number 10 with the Sochi Olympics. This was the 2014 Winter Olympic Games that was held from February 7th to February 23rd, 2014 in Sochi, Russia. There was a total of 98 events and 15 different winter sport categories held during these Olympic Games. Russia finished on top with the overall medal. If you guys can remember, they had 33 medals. They also won for the most gold medals with 13. They beat out the United States, but the United States did finish second with the most medals, having 28, and 9 of those were gold. However, there was a lot of controversy surrounding these games because there was dozens of Russian athletes who were a part of a state-run doping program that was designed for years to ensure that Russia would dominate at the 2014 Olympic Games, hence why it was one of the most searched things in 2014. Moving into number 9 spot with Disney's Frozen. I still can't believe this was 2 years ago. This is almost like last week where this thing just totally blew up. This was Walt Disney's 53rd animated feature film that was inspired by the fairy tale of the Snow Queen. The movie tells the story of a fearless princess who sets out on a journey with an Iceman, his pet reindeer, and a snowman in order to find her sisters whose icy powers accidentally turns the kingdom into eternal winter. This movie earned over $400 million in North America and an estimated $873.5 million in other countries as well, for a worldwide total of $1.274 billion. Frozen was clearly a major success, and it even holds the title for being the highest grossing animated film of all time. Climbing up this list, in at number 8, we're talking about ISIS. This is a scary topic to talk about, but it was highly searched. ISIS stands for the Islamic State of Iraq and Syria, and they are a terrorist group known widely for their videos of beheading, and they're also known for destruction of cultural heritage sites and civilian attacks. ISIS gained global recognition in 2014 when they drove Iraqi government forces out of key cities, and because of the Sinjar massacre, which involved killing 5,000 people. In 2014, ISIS controlled more than 34,000 square miles in Syria and Iraq, and since then they have become much more powerful. Number 7 brings us to Conchita Wurst. For those of you who don't remember, Conchita Wurst is an Austrian pop recording artist and drag queen who is portrayed by Tom Neuwirth. Conchita Wurst gathered international attention after winning the Eurovision Song Contest in 2014 with the song Rise Like a Phoenix. This brought her international fame and established her as a gay icon, which resulted in many invitations to perform at various pride parades, the European Parliament, and United Nations office in Vienna. And now at number 6, we have the very popular mobile app Flappy Bird. Do you guys remember this game? This went absolutely ballistic. This was insane. The game was originally released in May of 2013, but it received a sudden rise in popularity in early 2014. This was a game where the player controls a bird with attempting to try to go between these pipes. You would push and it would go up, you would not push and it would drop down. Highly addicting. At the end of January of 2014, it was the most downloaded free app, and during this period, Flappy Bird was earning about $50,000 a day from advertisements. However, Flappy Bird was removed from the App Store and Google Play on February 10, 2014 by the developer due to guilt because of its very addictive nature. And it became too big, too fast, it was overwhelming. So what this caused is, you're not able to download the game anymore, so phones that already had this game pre-installed, people were selling this on the internet and were getting so much money because people were like, oh my god, I can't download this game, but I have to play it. It's just $1,000, I'll buy it. Alright, the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge makes its way into this list at number 5. This was a challenge that involved dumping a bucket of ice and water over a person's head in order to promote awareness of the disease amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, so this disease encouraged donations to research. It went absolutely viral on social media during July and August in 2014. Within weeks of the challenge going viral, it was reported that the ALS Associate had received $41.8 million in donations. Up next, at number 4 is Malaysia Airlines. So back in March 8th, 2014, a scheduled international passenger flight operated by Malaysia Airlines disappeared while flying from Kuala Lumpur International Airport in Malaysia to Beijing Capital International Airport in China. The plane last made voice contact with air traffic control over South China Sea. Less than an hour after takeoff, the aircraft carrying 12 crew members and 227 passengers. This soon became the largest largest and most expensive aviation search in history. All of the people on board are presumed dead, which makes this the second deadliest incident involving a Boeing 777 plane. So those 7s are very unlucky. Ebola makes its way onto this list at number 3. You don't really hear too much about it these days, but a couple years ago, wow. The West African Ebola virus epidemic was the most widespread outbreak of the Ebola virus in history, which caused high mortality rates. The outbreak was first reported in March 2014, and it rapidly became the deadliest occurrence of the disease since its discovery back in 1979. After 21 months after the first confirmed case that was recorded in March, 11,315 people have been reported to have died from the disease in 6 countries. So the countries I'm talking about is Liberia, Guinea, Sierra Leone, Nigeria, also we have the US and Mali. The total number of reported cases was about 28,637. We are almost at the top of this list, but right now we're at number 2. We're talking about the World Cup. The 2014 World Cup was the 20th World Cup that took place in Brazil from June 12, 2014 to July 13th, the same year of course. This was Brazil's second time hosting the competition since the first, which was 1950, and this was the 5th time it was held in South America. A total of 64 matches were played in 12 different venues located in host cities across Brazil. Brazil had 1 million visitors from 202 countries during this time. The final match was Germany versus Argentina, in which Germany came out on top, winning 1-0. This was Germany's 4th World Cup title, and as the winners, Germany qualified for the 2017 FIFA Confederation Cup in Russia. Alright, so we've made it to number 1 spot. So the top things searched on Google in 2014 was Robin Williams. Robin Williams sadly committed suicide at the age of 63 years old by hanging himself at his home in California, and that was on August 11, 2014. His wife claimed that his suicide was a direct result due to his struggle with Lewy body dementia. He hung himself with a belt and he died from asphyxiation. Neither alcohol or illegal drugs were involved. A report noted that he had been suffering from a recent increase in ammonia due to Lewy body dementia, which had been diagnosed as Parkinson's disease. His body was cremated and his ashes was scattered in the San Francisco Bay on August 12, 2014. He was an amazing comedian and actor and many more things, and he will be forever missed. Well, there you guys have it. I do apologize on ending this video or ending any video on a really sad note, but this was the top 10 things most searched 2014. Let me know if you guys enjoyed this. Should I go back to 2013? 2012. It's always nice to reminisce to see what was the most searched thing that year, what was the most searched thing in comparison to like this year. Well, thanks so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys all in the next most missing top 10 video. Bye.